Sports. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. Deshaun Watson and the Houston Oilers versus Tom Brady and the Chicago Bears.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
From the 29, Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this up. To the 34, out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a good to Dobbins. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Throwing a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Brady's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and... So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Brady. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run.
Touchdown Bears! Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field positions for your defense.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. A dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
5 yards on the carry. Good. Pick up on 1st down. Second and 5 now. Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Hey, we got Mike 10 right here.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to be close. says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And this is picked up by the defense. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard. Second down and 3. The handoff, it's Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A huge play there for Houston. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. Watson. They'll run the screen with Mack. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
Looking to run with Mack. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They'll run it with Mack. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Kyle Juszczyk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Oilers are an extra point away from evening this one up. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, boom, boom all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the goal line, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a great extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. These two teams all tied after one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now Brady. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Rolling to his right. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Come to my world. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Check 50, check 50.
He gets this one to Boyd. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Oilers have moved out in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision. Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
58's the money. 58's the money.
From the 27, Brady. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now let's get there.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big play that time on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Brady's throw there complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Here we go.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their... Try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
To throw, it's Brady. Quick slant, finding Claypool. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Bourne. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converted on it before he could get much out of it.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This one from 35 yards away. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This one from 35 yards away. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
4 yards remain for second down. Out of the gun, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Boyd. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. Room to run past midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's in a full run by the time he gets the football.
Defense wins championships, baby. Mike 10. Mike 10, Mike 10. Hey, D-line, let's get it. 54.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Watson throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
10's the mic. 10's the mic. Coming for you. Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it. Mike.
Flushed out right. Grant. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And able to work his way down to the 16. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the 16, Watson buying time to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Oilers would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Gano now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third. Quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
On first down, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
They red zone coverage there. Thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You can't block me.
From the gun, here's Watson. This to the outside for Mack. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. That's into the hands of Eckler. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. He knows something. He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport stadium. Watson, off play action. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop it short of the 1st down. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk, and he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
On the give, this is Eckler. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He's coming! Double up! Double up!
They'll try the left side. Pickett. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Mike 10! Mike 10! Mike 10!
Now it's Watson. Dumps this one off to Mack. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Check Mike 47! Check Mike 47!
Here's Brady to throw. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Hey, watch the slant! Watch the slant!
To throw is Brady. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know, most often they've changed plays, when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure. And boy, did it pay off in this case.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going out offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Eric Wilson able to make the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Oilers add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try, but there's the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football, you often find good running lanes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Throwing on first down is Brady. Pressure comes and down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack. Brady, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll get him down here at the 23. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
48 for Mike.
Now Brady got to have this one. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. Short. Nice pickup of 9 down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each team.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jerry Tillery, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Tens the mic. All day. Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Forced out to his left. And Watson has enough for the 1st down yardage as he slides to the turf.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Slant pass to Boyd. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
You got nothing. Everyone, 37's the mic. 24. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Watson now to throw. Touchdown. It's complete. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Oilers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Gano for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And here's a good way to kick off a drive complete over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Chase Claypool, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. From just shy of midfield, Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got this down to the 35. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Brady now on first down. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chase Claypool. His second touchdown of the game, his third of the year. And the Bears have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Second and 12. And Watson's going to throw it here. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Mike 10. Mike 10, Mike 10. Here we go. 10's a Mike. 24. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch switch. Watch switch. Watch switch. Hey, 24.
Now Watson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They will indeed snap it to Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews. He's tight end. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here's second and a yard.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Back to throw, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that.
Throwing now, Watson. Along the sideline, finding Andrews for the completion. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Again, it's Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bears are right back in this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the home team here, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. They'll have another home day next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.